A lot of people in the world are going through so much unnecessary pressure placed from the world and people. Now, these people are people who really do not care about us. It's a funny fact, but it's true. The world, society, has placed a standard of how they feel life should be, and they're doing everything possible to impose it on everyone else. They want to make everyone feel inferior just because they do. In a society where sleeping with your boss for a promotion or CEO for a job is a norm, how do you react? Do you join them in saying, "What else can I do? I'm not the one who will change things," or do you stand your ground out of self-love and integrity? Let me ask you a question. Do you really love yourself? Sincerely, take a second or maybe a minute to think about it before you answer. Do you really love yourself? A lot of people say they do love themselves, but their actions say the contrary. You sleeping with someone just for a job or a position goes a long way to show that you do not know your worth. Maybe you're in love with someone and the person says that he must sleep with you before marrying you. That, my dear friend, is the height of disrespect to your person. Yet you agree simply because you say husbands are scarce. Who told you that? Didn't you see it in the Bible? Isaiah 34 verses 16 says, "Seek ye out of the book of the Lord and read. No one of these shall fail. None shall want her mate. For my mouth it had commanded, and his spirit it had gathered them. So none shall lack her mate. None in Christ." It doesn't matter the ratio of men to women. You shall not lack a mate. Never bring down your standards for anyone. Rather, uphold your integrity and self-respect. So I ask you again, do you really love yourself? When was the last time you gave yourself a treat? If everything in you or in your house came from people, then you're failing at loving yourself. If the last time you went out on a date was with a man, then you're not doing justice to self-love. Love yourself above everyone else except God. Matthew 22 verses 39 says, "And the second is like unto it, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself." Do not place anyone else above yourself. Take yourself out. Take good care of yourself. Do what makes you happy, and sometimes just buy gifts for yourself. Do things for yourself so you won't be expecting them from others. Now, the reason for a lot of heartbreaks in the world today is because the people involved do not love themselves. They were rejected by some person. Like, are you kidding me? You actually hate yourself because you were not loved by someone? You actually don't like yourself enough because you were rejected by someone. Look, if the person rejected you, I want you to know that that's their loss. If you were not loved by someone and they didn't like you enough to reject you, and they didn't like you enough that they would have to reject you, then guess what? It's their loss. What happened to self-love? If you love yourself, you would know that you deserve better. You deserve better than someone who doesn't see your worth. You deserve better than someone who trash talks you. You deserve better than someone who makes you feel inferior. Do you really love yourself? I ask again, do you really love yourself? Do you love you for who you are? Or have you placed your importance on material things and the people in your life? Look, clothes don't make you. Your job doesn't make you. The family you come from doesn't make you. You are created in God's image and likeness. You're fearfully and wonderfully made. You are precious. You are God's best. And you are complete just the way you are. You make the clothes look beautiful. You make the world a better place. So do not let anyone body shame you. Do not let anyone trash talk you. Do not let anyone make you feel inferior. You are beautiful just the way you are. So love God. Love yourself. God is intentional about all He does. He made you the way you are for a reason. You may be fat, slim, tall, short, school smart, street smart. No matter how the world sees you, you are gorgeous just the way you are. And you can't let all that define you. You cannot let society define you. The fact that you're 30, 40, 50, and you're still single doesn't mean that you're less of a person. Look, that you've married for years with no child doesn't make you less of a woman. That you're crippled doesn't mean that you're worthless. Please do not let the shallowness of people's thoughts get at you. Love yourself more while they talk. A lot of people have stayed in abusive relationships just because they felt their lives would come to an end if they left their marriage. Now, my question to you is, how much do you love yourself? You stayed out of fear for what people would say. Oh, they'll call me a divorcee. Oh, nobody will want to have anything to do with me after hearing that I've been married and divorced. Others even stay because they feel they have a reputation to keep. What exactly are you talking about? How much do you love yourself? Did I hear you say society? Where exactly would the society be when you're beaten to death? Are they the ones that will be buried? I don't think so. They're not the ones that will be buried. They'll call you stupid for staying. So whatever people think or say is not as important as the love and respect that you have for yourself. So do not fall victim. Don't do this to yourself. Please. You're more important to yourself and to the world alive. Love yourself the way Christ loves you. Think about your well-being before taking any action. And do not let people who really do not care about you dictate to you how to live your life. Live to please God first and then yourself. Look, you're not perfect. Actually, no one in the world is perfect. People are going through stuff, and sadly, they want to make the entire world suffer for it. And people see you the way they see themselves. Someone calls you ugly. As a person who has built your self-love to a higher level, you will realize that the person is only saying so because he or she feels so. People always vocalize what they feel and nurse in their hearts. A person who feels ugly will never compliment other people's beauty. So do not let the negativity in the world get to you. Love people. Care for people. Be good to people. But never do it at the expense of yourself. At the expense of your mental and emotional health. At the expense of your sanity. Look, travel. Live. Love. Enjoy. Get treats. Compliment yourself. Learn to enjoy your own company. Don't always be in gatherings, chatting, gossiping. Spend quality time with yourself. Stop being overly dependent on people outside, because nobody can love you better than you love yourself. Remember, the Bible told us that we should love our neighbor as ourselves. Listen, God knows that it is only what you have inside that you can give out. I want you to understand, you cannot go beyond who you are. If you do not love yourself, you do not have the capability to love the next person. So he said, love your neighbor as yourself. If you love yourself enough, then you will love your neighbor. If you see yourself as strong, confident, beautiful, if you see yourself as amazing, you will have no problem seeing those same traits and qualities in the next person. So the next time someone walks up to you and he just starts degrading you with their speech, the next time someone tells you nasty stuff, I want you to know that they're talking from a place of hurt. They're talking from a place of anguish, from anger, from pain, from resentment, from hate. People will always treat you the way you treat yourself. They'll always sense it. What you tell yourself, how you treat yourself, people will sense it. And that's exactly how they'll respond to you. If you see yourself as worthless, no matter how much you try to pretend outside, people will still see it. And that's how they'll treat you. Teach people to treat you right. Set high standards for yourself and do not let anyone treat you anyhow. You are priceless. You are beautiful and you are bold. You are strong and you are brave. You are a good person. So love you and attract the right people in your life. Thank you for listening. God bless you.